Previously on They See Me Rollin'. Hello, garbage, my friend.
Hello! How are you all doing today? Hello, gentlemen and lady.
You guys were surrounded by these faceless monsters.
I touched Ronaldo on the shoulder, and I cast Haste.
Ooh,
Ronaldo, what did you find?
I don't know, it looks kind of like a golf cart.
I cast Conjure Animals, and 8 full-grown elk charge out of nowhere.
Okay.
You ride up at the orphanarium and run inside.
I'm stacking
Lock
cupboards
those fucking
and
doors.
anything in front of the doors. Yeah.
When we left off, you guys were in the orphanarium, boarding it up to get away from the creep lads. Garbager, you now have them as a guest.
Yes, and my orphans are already running to get them libations.
What's a libation?
Yeah, the dirty water and stale bread.
Jelly just, as soon as the doors close behind them and everyone's inside and it's clear that we're just hunkering down here for the night, Jelly just lays on the floor and starts to cry.
I pat her on the head.
But says in a... You go first.
Oh, no, that's. I was just going to say that I summoned some orphans to also comfort you.
In a surprisingly calm voice, I say, guys, I'm going to be really honest. I'm having a very difficult time tonight.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I am just so sorry that your stay hasn't been good so far.
That's an understatement.
I don't know what to do since everything's already been comped for you. Usually we just comp things when things go wrong, but I don't know what to do. Do you have drink tickets yet?
Drink tickets?
Yeah,
I do not. I would like some of those. I would like lots of those.
Well, I don't
Give
have...
me as
I don't
many drink
have
tickets as you
any,
have.
But I can talk to my manager, who can talk to his manager, and we can talk about giving you maybe a couple of drink tickets.
Garbager, I'm going to stop you right there. Listen, I worked in the service industry for a while. I know that's code for I'm not going to do anything. Okay, you don't...
You hear a very tired Belvedere going, "Oh, don't worry about it. I've got it as soon as we're done."
Excellent.
Thanks,
in the
Belle.
meantime,
You're
I
the
do
man.
have some basement vodka that I can give you.
Yes, give me the basement vodka.
I make it from my own growths.
I will take whatever I can get right now.
Just like Mom used to.
Just like Mom used to.
Garbager, what the hell is going on? Why are the rides trying to kill us?
I can honestly say that I don't know. This has never happened before.
I'm gonna say that goblins, because they're semi-reptilian, they don't produce milk, but they do feed their young using basement vodka brewed from their own bodily secretions.
Well, also, I mean, there's a sort of fungus that grows on me that I can distill.
It's not like Komodo dragons where like the saliva is acidic, but instead of being poisonous, it's alcoholic.
Something similar to
Garbager.
that, yes.
Not
Yes.
that I don't trust you, but I really want
absolutely.
to know if this is the truth, so I would cast Zone of Truth.
Absolutely. If I'm willing to submit myself to the zone of truth, does there need to be a check?
No. If you willingly submit to it, you
Coen, cast Zone of Truth, and this like ring of light appears around us, and I just instantly blurt out, I used to masturbate to a poster of Alanis Morissette over my tent.
Well, yeah, who hasn't?
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
That's cool.
So I willingly submit to this zone of truth. We don't need to do any checks. Ask me whatever you want, Coen.
I say, hey, how you doing, to an orphan.
The orphan says, "We're not allowed to speak to adults.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Mary.
Where are your parents?
I don't know. I lost them 2 weeks ago."
How did you lose them?
I stepped away just to drink water from a water fountain. I turned around and they were gone.
Garbager, are you actively looking for their parents?
Well, okay. The parents know that we are here. They know that the orphanarium is here, and they should surmise that they can come to the orphanarium to search for their children. If they don't pick up their children, that is not my fault. That is on them.
Kid, have you been treated well since you've been here?
No, well is a relative term.
I was asking the kid.
I guess so. I get fed and I have water to drink and I get to ride the rides.
In
Alright.
in goblin culture, being treated well is actually the worst thing you could be, because that means you're thrown down a well, and those are the least pleasant of underground places.
I love when the truth comes out.
Are goblins just... Goblins are this weird mix of, like, Vulcans and, like...
Do you have any
Like
idea
Spartans?
what's going on, Garbager?
I honestly can say I have no clue what's happening right now. This is all very, very strange to me, and I'm a little frightened right now, and I'm hiding it under this facade of cheery optimism, but honestly, I'm terrified.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, me too, actually.
at least we're in the same boat there.
Maybe we're not so different after all.
I consider you like family, Skumk. You're like a brother to me.
Similar to family, anyway. Almost family.
I consider you better than an acquaintance.
All right, now I've got a show title. This one's going to be called Similar to Family.
Coen, do you actually like me?
You haven't done a lot of things to make yourself likable, but I try.
Wait a minute, what have I ever done?
Well, you're selfish.
I'm not...
You love Ronaldo more than you love us.
Ronaldo is a pure boy, okay?
My tummy hurts.
I'm glad that you didn't pose that question to me.
Oh, we know you
Skunk,
don't
do you
like us,
actually...
Skunk.
Skunk, do you actually like any of us?
You're
I-
the only people I like.
Oh.
I wish my
That's
orphans
sweet.
would hug me more.
Ronaldo is still really high on the haste. And he runs into the room and starts picking up Skumk and lifting him over his head like a weight.
I drop Zone of Truth.
He's juicing.
All right, we should get
Well,
some
I'm glad
rest.
we have cleared the air. And I think
I'm actually allergic to peanut butter. I'm not sure my mom ever loved me.
Zone of Truth has been dropped, Jelly.
It just feels so cathartic. You know, once you let it all out, it feels like a little weight inside of you has been lifted.
Like a little death.
Like I'm lifting the Skunk.
Ah, my swole Nightbird.
By the way, is Skunk enjoying being lifted repeatedly by Ronaldo?
I think he actually feels neutral about it. He doesn't have any opinion one way or the other. Which is probably the most unusual reaction you could have to this.
You're not going to have 8 hours to rest, so you're going to be using this as a short rest. You can use this time to roll your hit die and to gain whatever other benefits you may have from a short rest. I don't think any of you get your spell slots back.
Stan, didn't we level up?
That's the other thing. You guys leveled up.
Woo!
You are now level 6.
Hooray.
Level 6.
I don't see why we just don't rest till like midday or halfway through the day. There's nothing forcing us to go out on these stupid rides. Why don't we just stay here and rest?
So are the bad guys outside gone now?
No, you can kind of hear them out there shuffling around. They can't get in, but they are definitely out there.
now I will say that I really do not want you hanging around the orphanarium during the daytime, so you don't have to go ride rides in the morning, but you can't stay here.
I'm going to put up Zone of Truth again and ask why. No, I'm just kidding.
No, honestly, I will tell you. The thing is it's going to look very strange to any parents who come to pick up their children if I have a bunch of strangers here that with no clear reason for why. I can't really give a good reason for why you're here. So
we'll just tell them we're
I consider myself
orphans.
a child care professional.
Well, Skumk could be here. But the rest of you, I really do think we should go out and maybe try to figure out what's going on, because this is bad for the park.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a mystery to be solved.
Wow, that's I'm not particularly interested in mysteries.
And like the best kind of mystery can be solved by riding carnival rides.
I wipe the tears and the vodka off my face, and I gather everyone in a huddle. I'm like, okay, guys, look, we can solve this mystery.
Maybe
we just might.
history.
We just might be able to. God fucking damn it, Ivan. When you see the joke coming, don't blurt it out.
Sorry.
No, you're not, Ivan.
Did I miss the
Damn it.
joke? I'm confused.
Jelly just opens the front door and walks out.
I have a suspicion that we might find some more information if we go on the plane ride. Or Plainview. If we go on Plainview. In Plainview.
What kind of ride is Plainview?
Well, it has lots of great information about different magical planes. What's going on might be magical regarding other planes of existence. It's just a hunch I have.
Look, guys, I've been on this ride before. It's not that impressive. There's just this weird mustachioed, very intense gentleman comes out and starts yelling at you about how he's an oil man. And he wants to buy all your land, but he'll donate to your church, which is a fucking lie. I say we skip it.
You know, I just really want to hear about drainage.
Well, I'm going to Plainview.
All right. I say we go on the plane ride.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And as a bonus, there's not very many moving things, so it's very unlikely that we'll die.
Can I take the bottle of vodka with me?
Absolutely not. There are very strict rules about not bringing alcoholic beverages on any rides.
Okay, I roll sleight of hand to pocket it.
Okay, can I see if I see that sleight of hand?
Yeah, you can contest it.
Oh,
I got
nice
a
roll,
20
Jelly.
fucking 3. I put the bottle down, but I do some sleight of hand and replace it with a bottle of vinegar and put the vodka in my bag.
I just saw a funny-looking bird upstairs. Let's hop into the golf cart and go to Plainview.
Have we already assumed that you rested? You did your
Yes,
short rest?
yeah, we're assuming that we've rested.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that sounded like one continuous conversation
It
throughout
was.
the night.
We talked all night, and now we've
Oh, we
rested.
just- We just couldn't sleep. It was just too exciting.
Yeah, we learned
We
all
talked
about
about
each other.
boys and
Yeah.
girls.
Okay, so at this
we played
point, the
MASH.
haste is worn off of Ronaldo.
Turns out I'm going to have 0 children. I'm going to live in a shack somewhere with a lobster.
And Ronaldo crashed, fell asleep holding on to Skumk, and I don't know if Skumk ever left his arms or just kind of stayed with him while he slept.
I never really bothered.
He just died in his arms last night.
So Belvedere gets up and after a short nap wakes up Ronaldo. They all get up and ready to go, ready to ride some rides.
Belvedere,
Yes, sir.
do you know anything about what's going on with all these rides trying to kill us?
I couldn't tell you a thing. I have been to Landy World many times, and these rides are among the safest in all of Faerun.
Okay, but look, that has to be relative
Yeah.
to the danger of the other rides.
Extremely
Like,
relative, considering the rides
Like,
we've been on.
do you just die instantly in other amusement parks, like as soon as you get your ticket?
I can tell you right out that we pay the least amount in bribes to safety officials of any amusement park in the entire realm.
You're of all the people in bed with the mob-controlled unions, like you are just right up there. You are just snuggling.
We are the
up.
most in bed. We are spooning with the mob.
You are
Just
y-
like
you know
I'm
what? Sometimes
spooning
you're
with
even the big
Ronaldo.
spoon. You're just really making that mob feel safe and just cared for.
Look, I am perfectly sure that whatever is happening is not the fault of the rides. We were on that roller coaster, the loop-de-loop, until nighttime. Somehow. That's not an issue with the ride. That was some kind of dark magic.
Now let's go to Plainview and learn about dark magic. Come on, let's go. We could get up before the parents start arriving.
Coen, you say that I'm selfish, but lest I remind you that when you killed that child, I totally stepped up and was going to take the blame.
Only because you wanted all the attention.
It's still a sacrifice, okay?
All right, let's not argue about it. You're a lovely person, Jelly.
I love you too. I mean, yeah, I like you. Whatever.
I am physically shooing everyone out the door.
You guys head out, and you arrive at the Plainview, which is an indoor ride. And the building is this giant, kind of this cylinder that looks like these shorter squatter cylinders stacked on top of each other, and between each stack...
Like a wedding cake.
Yeah, kind of like a wedding cake, except and in the center are these glowing neon lights, giving it kind of a space-age look to it.
She put her blood, sweat, and tears into this cake, and you will eat all of it.
And you go into the building, and since you guys are VIPs, you get to hop right to the front of the line. And there, you enter into a car, two at a time.
I want to know what the reaction of all the other people waiting in line is to us cutting.
Oh, well, they recognize the fact that you guys are VIPs.
Oh,
That's
I don't
a policy
care.
of the park.
I thumb my nose at all of them.
People start throwing shit at you.
Like actual shit, or
Yeah, they just freak.
No, not actual shit, just
Popcorn.
like random trash. Water bottles.
I catch the water bottle and down it all in one go.
I catch the popcorn and down it all in one go.
There are these cars that you can enter into two at a time. You notice that Ronaldo and Belvedere hop into one car by themselves. Who wants to ride with Garbager?
I'll ride with Garbager.
Coen, you ride with Garbager, leaving Jelly to ride with Skumk.
Nice.
Now you enter into the cars. And
I'm getting my rope and I'm tying myself into this car.
I'm sure that won't come back and bite you in the ass.
You're just being very negative, Coen, and you get what you put out there into the world. It's all about positive affirmations.
Well, so far, all we've been getting back from this world is pain and death. So
Well,
I'm
you should
tying
be more
myself into the
cheerful,
car.
like me.
Garbager, I've read Dianetics, okay? You don't have to sell me.
So you enter into the cars, and they face on the side of the track where you entered. And as this is an educational ride and not a thrill ride, there are no bars or harnesses.
But there is rope around my waist. I turn to Garbager and offer him some rope.
I am good. But thank you so much.
Garbager's straight edge. He doesn't want any of that shit.
I'm going to just be held here by gravity and positive thoughts.
So as the train starts moving, each of your cars gently turns and faces the opposite side of the track. And you find yourselves looking upon several enormous horizontal discs. Welcome to Plainview, says a pre-recorded voice. Today we'll be learning about our wondrous universe and all its amazing planes. Thanks to modern-day magic, we're able to visit many of these planes, but we still don't know just how many there are. Many of our top scienticians believe there may be as many as infinity.
There's already a word for those. It's Arcana.
It's like Imagineer.
We currently know of 3. The ethereal plane, the elven plane, and our own amazing plane. Unfortunately, we're only able to visit the ethereal plane. And while we're sure it contains many mysteries, it pretty much just looks like ours, only without colors and different furniture.
That sounds cool.
So like a 1950s TV show then.
Wait a minute. But the elven plane, like elves have been there. I'm talking to the recording. Like, shouldn't they know what's in that?
Did he say we live in the amazing plane?
Yes. Well, he said that your plane is amazing, but anyway, as you hear this voice, you see lots of illusion magic showing off what the creators of the ride imagined would be the other planes. Most of them are based on elements. There's a water plane where everything is just underwater, and people go to and from work in submerged carriages pulled by seahorses. There's a fire plane.
And the Smurfs live there.
Look like...
No, the Snorks, sorry.
There's a fire plane where people who look like tieflings live and wear sunglasses and bathing suits.
Yeah, it's kind of racist.
And there's a tree plane, which doesn't make any sense at all.
Trees can't fly.
I wonder if there's a plane where goblins rule over men cruelly.
Presumably almost all of them.
Eventually, all the lights go out, and I need the three of you to roll perception. Jelly got an 18.
I got a 24.
All right, Coen got a 10. All right, cool. So all three of you get to see this. All right, so the three of you see an enormous city in front of you, or what appears to be a city. It's almost like a giant factory with metal tubes pointed to the sky and these large, featureless metal buildings that are cylindrical with a metal dome-like roof. These buildings are everywhere, some taller and some wider than the others. A few of them seem to connect via bridges, and a pale silhouette appears surrounded by an aura of light. It appears to see you, and you sense something familiar about it. And you hear, "Hey, he was right. I guess I will be seeing you guys soon. Good luck, fellas.
Jack?
You're definitely gonna need it." And then you hear another familiar voice. "Who are you talking to?" And then a pause. "Oh, shit." And the lights come back on. Another voice is heard on the speaker, and you hear, "Folks, we apologize for the power outage. The ride will be back up shortly." And before the voice
I like
finishes,
this plane.
your ride is moving along again.
Stan, that was his name, right? The warden?
The
The
steward.
warden, the steward was Jack.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that I didn't just yell out a name that's never been used before.
And was that Jack's voice?
Why don't you roll?
It's hard to remember these things. What am I rolling?
Investigation. Jelly got a 21.
Oh, nice. Well, I don't need to roll, because I got a 1.
I'll just tell you.
All right. And Skump, do you even care enough to roll?
For what?
To figure out who those voices you heard were?
Oh, sure. What's that? Perception?
Investigation.
Investigation.
What on earth have you been doing?
Not paying attention.
Oh, thanks.
And while I was not paying attention, I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate everything about you.
Yes, Skump, you and Jelly realized that the first voice you heard was Dave, and the second voice you heard was Jack.
Hey, it's those guys. Remember from that one time?
I don't.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, there was this guy that tried to pay me off, and, you know, looking back on every day, I regret not taking his offer.
Hey, who were the voices? Who were the voices, you two?
Then another guy who tried to kill me, but I killed him instead, so...
Well, he didn't try to kill you. He wasn't attacking you. He was attacking Coen.
He was attacking all of
Still.
us.
Yeah. You attack one of us, you attack all of us, right, guys?
Attack
Well-
on Cohen's lumpy flesh is attack on my own svelte flesh.
You attack one of us, you attack most of us.
I'm just gonna assume
Not
that
all.
I'm gonna assume that they told us who they were, just because they're not.
It was that guy, the tall one, and
It was Dave and Jack. Okay.
It was Dave. Oh my God,
And Jack.
Dave's still alive. That's amazing.
I don't think so. I think they're contacting us from hell or one of the heaven planets or something.
Was that Dave
I don't know.
Sands German?
Yeah.
Listen, it's
Dave
it's
got
really weird.
decapitated
Like,
from his Herman
is
German.
walking around like it's an abomination, really.
It's horrible.
And it's
Tragic,
not against
tragic.
the gods and nature and everything. It shouldn't be.
Truly tragic.
They really should have passed over together.
You see more of these outdated views on all the different planes using chintzy cantrips for special effects. And before you know it, you're back at the entrance and exiting out the fantastic educational plane view ride.
I've tried to exit, but I'm tied to the seat, so I just kind of struggle a bit, and I go, "Oh yeah," and untie myself.
By the way, are you guys
Told
going
you.
around the park with your weapons now?
No, they're still in the locker.
Oh yeah, you never went to the lockers.
Why aren't you
left
carrying
them
your
there.
shit, you dumbass?
Yeah, and but we're not allowed to. You told us, so we're following the rules.
You can hide them.
I have a giant broadsword.
I could barely use weapons anyway, so I don't
All
care.
you have to do is just grab a stick and say shillelagh.
Then the wizard Shillelagh sends down a lightning bolt,
Yep.
and you're blessed with the wisdom of Solomon, the speed of Mercury, and a bunch of other shit.
The strength of Hercules. How is
Yeah, no,
shillelagh spelled?
The strength of Solomon, the wisdom of Hercules.
Just saying, Shillelagh should be able to beat Superman, okay? That's some bullshit.
The beauty of Istar.
I'm explaining this to Coen as we walk around the park.
The cunning of Loki. I can't think of any other L gods.
The beard of Odin.
It's got to be another L.
Um,
This is a good use of our time.
Yeah, let's keep going.
yeah, I know, right?
All right, you're back in the park and you're ready to do some more touring.
And I drag everybody along to the Flibberty Gibbet. Flight of the Flibberty Gibbet. It's a nice slow ride that just takes you over the park, and hopefully we can spot some clues from the air.
All right, so you go to the Flight of the Flibberty Gibbet. This is one of those aerial cart rides.
I want to go to the Flight of the Concords.
Unfortunately, they don't exist in this world. Maybe one day you'll go to
Damn
that
it.
reality.
It's me, I have a New Zealand accent.
Oh God, help us, please.
This is a song about Albie, a dragon, in a cottage cheese castle.
So these are the carts with a little roof that hang onto a wire that goes across the park. And you enter into the cart, and it shortly takes off onto the wire and heads straight up into the sky. Well, not straight up, but into the sky. The view as you climb is incredible. There doesn't seem to be an inch of the park you cannot see. The swirling silver and blue mist inside the Pop Goes the World attraction is almost hypnotic as you head toward and above it. And soon, you've reached the highest point, 100 meters over the Pop Goes the World sphere as you ride above it. And just as you're over the sphere, the car slows to a crawl. The blue and silver mists give way, and the sphere goes dark. It then appears to have flattened itself into the ground. No longer a giant sphere reaching to the sky, but a black hole in the earth. And the earth around it seems to be slowly sinking into it. The car you're in stops, and you're now trapped on the ride with the world below you sinking into itself.
I can see my orphanarium from here.
I take out the vodka and take a swig.
Black hole sun.
Are we completely surrounded by some kind of like wire or something that keeps us in?
The wire is above you going in the direction you were heading in and the direction where you came from.
I mean, the cart itself, is that enclosed?
The cart is enclosed, but it's not windows. So it's so you're sitting inside the cart and there's metal that attaches the seating area where you're at to the roof. And then these open windows that you can look out of.
Oh.
And they're large. You could actually step out of them and jump out.
Oh. Well, I'm definitely not doing that.
I open the door and I look out and I look at a Garbinger and say, listen, Harry.
Yeah? Harry?
They all look like dots from up here, Harry.
I'm not very hairy.
What if I said that for every one of those dots that stopped moving, you would get 10,000 pounds? Would you really, old sport, talk to me about morality?
What is Jelly reciting?
I have hair in some places, some odd places, but I would never describe myself as hairy.
Hey, Jelly, can you fly?
I would say that goblins are actually famously non-hairy.
Yeah,
I dive out the window.
we only have hair where you wouldn't expect it.
Oh,
All right.
On your knees.
bye.
So Jelly is now falling to the earth.
Yeah. I just chill out for a while as I fall. Take another swig of vodka.
What weird quotes go through your head as you're falling?
I put it back. Then I cast fly.
Okay.
I just flipped through a magazine I found under a seat.
Jelly is now, just as she was about to reach the maw of this black hole, she then casts fly on herself and heads back up to the cart.
Well, maybe you could check out the maw. What's it look like up
Yeah.
close?
Yeah, I don't fly back up. I check out the maw.
Oh, okay. You check out the maw, and basically when you're down there, what you see is just a giant sinkhole in the earth. And everyone that was in the park is gone. There's no one in the park. You look all around you, and it seems to be completely empty. It's just you, the cart above you, and this giant hole in the ground. And the hole seems to be breathing in, trying to suck you in. and you feel that if you get a little bit closer, it's going to be a struggle to get out.
I reach in my bag and take out a packet of hot sauce. I read the little joke on it and chuckle to myself, and then I throw it in.
You see the hot sauce slowly disappear into the darkness. So, what next?
I fly into it. I fly into the hole.
As you fly into it, the hole starts pulling you in. You don't see any end to it. Like, you can continue going in, but as you're doing that, it's pulling you in to where you cannot reverse. Or if you try to, it'll be extremely difficult.
Yeah, I keep going.
The magazine I'm reading is called Sky Ma.
All right, you keep going in. All right, at this
keep
point,
going in.
you're feeling intense pressure. You're going to take 1d12 damage.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to go on record as saying I don't think this was a good idea.
You take 11 damage.
I shout back,
Sound is not escaping from you. And if you continue, you'll be taking greater and greater amounts of damage until you die.
Do I have like a fishing pole or something that I can throw in and catch jelly?
okay, what do I see in here?
Nothing. It's complete pitch black darkness. You can't even see the light above you anymore.
Hayden, are you familiar with what a black hole is?
Yeah, you get sucked into a bookshelf. I've seen that movie.
Okay, Stan, while I'm in here, I cast message
Okay.
just out into the blackness to see what happens.
Okay. Cast message, and you get no response.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic to see if we've shifted planes or if we're in the same plane. Like, are we still...
You cast Detect Magic, and what you see is the entire park appears to be a giant... well, actually, where you are, going straight down into where Jelly went, is a huge, like, basically the circumference of the entire, or the diameter, rather, of the entire maw is a kind of magic that's both a mixture of planar and illusion magic.
What kind of slant is the wire on above us?
At this point, it's a very gradual slant downward.
All right, guys.
Is the thing still moving?
No, it's stopped moving.
Get your belts. We're going for a slide. And
Oh, we're gonna tango and cash
we're
it.
gonna tango and cash this motherfucker. I climb out on top of the cart and get my belt off.
Your pants fall down.
And I tell Ronaldo to jump on my back.
Okay. Okay, you and Ronaldo head out. I need you to do a strength check as you climb it.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting if I fail. 19.
Perfect. All right, you climb up easily without any issue with Ronaldo on your back, and you are now on top of the cart, basically with the wire kind of between your legs as you're standing on the roof of the cart. You do have to stand kind of in the center of the cart because it does swing.
Yep.
As you land on top of it, so you stand in the center in order to balance it, which you do without any kind of issue. However, when you did climb onto it, since it did swing, you heard Belvedere scream.
Says, settle down, Belvedere. We're all getting off this thing. And I lie over the cart and reach in to help the others climb up on top.
Belvedere looks at Garbager and says, you first, my friend.
I was already scrambling up before he even said that.
Oh, okay. Then Garbager, I need you to do dexterity.
That's good. I'm good at dexterity.
You
Crit
got a
one.
critical fail. Well, Garbager.
I'm gonna reach and grab for Garbager if he falls.
Okay, he definitely falls, and you go ahead and try to reach and grab for him. You'll have to do an acrobatics check.
I say, beans!
Critical fail!
Oh my god.
I turn into an ape and go to grab him.
How
before
much
he
time
falls.
do you have? Like,
I'm still falling!
All right.
Apes have long arms. I'm
An orangutan.
an orangutan with
Like
long
Dunstan.
arms,
I think it's more interesting if he falls.
but a green orangutan.
All right, you get it. Dex.
Well, if
you
I
get an
fall,
athletics
Jelly
check.
can save me.
Acrobatics check.
7.
7. All right, you miss. You are now an
Yeah,
8.
so he's falling.
You tried! Good job!
And
Garbager.
now Garbager continues to fall into the hole.
I don't want anybody to feel bad. This is a really good effort from everybody. It's just sometimes you have bad luck. Don't beat yourself up about it. I'll be fine.
Do
We
you have
did our
any
best.
tools or anything on
Okay.
you to help
See
you
you
out,
later.
Garbager?
I'm looking right now to see if I have anything.
All right. While he's looking at that, Stan, whenever I look up out of the hole, what does the outside world look like?
You see nothing. You're encompassed completely in darkness.
I have
Okay,
proficiency with thieves' tools. Is there by any chance like a grappling hook?
I've got a crazy idea.
A jetpack.
Are you about to bungee jump down to save him?
Even better.
Hold on, I'm trying to see what's in a thieves' tool pack because I have proficiency.
It's a lot of
with
rope,
thieves'
I think.
tools. Small file, a set of lockpicks, a small mirror, a set of narrow
He's
bladed
going
scissors,
through all
a
this
pair
and
of
listing
pliers.
each item as he's falling.
Well, none of that's gonna help me.
Can I do my crazy idea?
Sure.
Okay.
I hand the end of my rope to Skumk the gorilla, and I misty step to where Garbager is with the rope.
That's very cool. And as a result, I'm going to give you advantage on this.
I'm gonna need it.
10 is just what you needed. From the top of the cart, you misty step. So you disappear from there and reappear in a cloud of mist right next to Garbager. Clutch onto him and hold him tightly. Skumk feels the rope go taut. And Skumk, I need you to do a strength check. 11.
11.
All right, you nailed it. All right, you're able to hold on and stay at the top of the cart and draw them back in. So now they're back inside the cart, no longer on the roof.
You know, Coen, this is what I'm telling you. If you just stay positive, things work out for you. The universe always works things out in your favor if you just, believe.
I vomit out the window of the cart.
At this point, let's go back to Jelly. Jelly, you've got to make a decision on what you're going to do.
I know what I want to do, Stan. I'm picturing this right in my head. This big ball descended down to the earth, and then it spread out, and it became this black hole, right?
Basically, so you get above the sphere, right? And if you look down at a sphere, basically it looks like a giant circle, right?
Yes.
So the circle then turns black, and this circle is now on the ground. Mm-hmm. It's no longer sticking up into the sky, and it is a hole in the ground.
Here's what I do. I cast Blink.
Okay.
Okay, so I am now in the ethereal plane.
All right.
I look around. What do things look like inside of a black hole from the ethereal plane?
What you see from in here, inside the ethereal plane, you see what looks like a network of industrial lines, like piping and tubing, and they all appear to be underground. You can't tell what they're doing above ground, but you know that they're carrying intense amounts of magic.
Okay, so clarification. I'm seeing all this. This isn't inside of a chamber or anything. I'm basically looking at kind of, for lack of a better word, the cross section of underground.
Well, you are actually inside of a kind of a chamber that's built underground.
Okay, can I touch one of these things?
Sure.
So I touch it and it's there, I can feel it, right? My hand
Right.
doesn't phase through or anything, right?
Right.
Can I pull a wire or something?
There's no wires. It's all lead tubing or piping.
How big is the smallest tube?
I would say the smallest tube is about 6 inches in diameter.
What's it look like it's made out of?
Lead.
I take out my dagger and I stab it.
You bend your dagger.
I cast Scorching Ray on it.
Okay. You cast Scorching Ray. Each of them hits the lead piping, and it heats up a bit and eventually returns back to normal.
While it's heated, can I stab it?
You can try to stab it, but it's nowhere near heated enough to be affected in any way.
Before I leave, is there anyone in here?
No, you are alone.
Fine, I blink far as I can, as far away from here.
In which direction?
Away?
You're in a three-dimensional space. You can go up, you could go down, you could just go sideways.
I go up.
All right, you blink upwards, and how far can you blink when you go up?
30 feet.
You blink 30 feet up into basically the kind of the event horizon of this black hole. You can now see the sky above you. However, you are feeling the pull.
Cool.
And as you are flying, if you wanted to continue flying upwards, you would have to fight against this pull.
What kind of check would that be?
That would be a strength check.
Can you tell you right now, Poppy, it's that's not looking too hot. So, in lieu of that, I just burning through my spell slots today. Stan, this stupid. Gonna tell you, but I wanna try it.
Okay.
I have this wonderful spell. It's called catapult.
Okay. What does catapult do?
Does this exist? Are you making this shit up?
It exists. I'm not making shit up. Choose one object, and I choose a thing, and I can fire in a straight line up to 90 feet in any direction that I choose.
I love it.
What I want to do is I want to cast it on my staff, and I want to hold on to the staff while I'm doing this.
Okay. That sounds awesome.
But while I do it, though, as I'm falling back down, I straddle the staff.
Like a witch's broom.
Just go, catapult! And I shoot away 90 feet. Basically, imagine like you fire a bullet while holding on to it.
All right, I love this, but I need you to do an athletics check with advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I take off my cowboy hat and I'm just like, woo! We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when. We'll meet
you
again.
got a 11.
Some sunny day.
You hold on to your stick, whatever stick this was, and
It's my sorcerer's staff.
all right. So you hold on to your sorcerer's stick, and you cast catapult on it, and it almost shoots itself out of your hands, but you manage to grip at the last minute and fly on up with it. It feels like it's damn near tearing your arms out of its sockets, and then you hit the peak height. At this point, your flight kicks in. You're able to use the propulsion to continue flying.
You got enough momentum up.
Yeah.
Momentum, baby.
You break through the hole, and you are now flying.
I kiss my staff, and as I fly out, and I fly back to the cart.
All right.
Wow, that was quite an adventure.
Say, I accomplished nothing today, guys. So, what do you think we should do?
I think we should go to Landy World. Oh, well, we're already there, so.
I kind of just want to leave.
All right.
I think we should do something relaxing.
I say we slide down the wire.
Oh, yeah, we need to get off first.
Stan, either like a support tower or like holding these cables or like just the other side of this ride, right?
There
where we
are support
dock.
towers, and miraculously, none of them are inside the hole.
So how far away is the closest one?
The closest one I would say is about, let's say 500 feet away.
I still think we can tango and cash it.
I like the Tango and Cash idea, and I start taking
I
off
can
my
just
belt.
walk. My feet are like hands. I start walking. I'm like balancing on two legs and walking on the wire like a balance beam.
All right.
But as fast as I can.
All right, I'm going to climb on top of the roof again. I rolled 26.
Yeah, you climb up with no problem. Do you bring Ronaldo with you again?
I bring Ronaldo and I help Belvedere up.
All right. And Jelly's already flying out there, so that leaves and Skunk's up. So I think that's everyone.
Garbager?
I'll scramble up.
Go ahead and roll your athletics, and please don't roll a 1 again.
Not again.
I got an 11.
You managed to climb up there, but you look so incredibly clumsy doing it.
Jelly is just circling the cart from above like a vulture. Every now and then you hear "Ka."
All right. Me and Ronaldo are going to tango and cash our way down there with my belt.
So Ronaldo's wrapped his arms around you and his legs around your waist as you inch down slowly with your belt.
I fly over and I hold on to his waist like whenever your dad helped you ride your bike without training wheels for the first time.
Give us a push.
Say, now listen, guy, I'm going to hold on the entire time. It's gonna be perfectly safe. I will be right here to catch
Not
you.
too fast,
And
Jelly.
Not
too fast.
I give him a push.
Belvedere takes off his own belt, starts tango and cashing it across as well.
When we get to Skumk, he kind of jumps over us like Donkey Kong.
As Coen and Belvedere are flying past, I shout out, "Coen, look behind you!"
I look behind me.
And you'll see that I'm still in the same spot that I was whenever I pushed you. I'm like, see? You could do it all on your own the whole time.
I say, I'm doing it. Whee!
You're doing it.
I'm a big boy now.
That's right. You are.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
It's okay, Ronaldo. We're just doing these bits to keep ourselves from crying.
And
I'm doing like a dance on top of the wire.
after about an hour,
I hand Skumk a parasol.
I don't know if Skunk and Jelly continue hanging out with you guys since you'll end up taking so long to get down to the ground.
I help them go a little faster,
Okay.
pulling them along.
But eventually you do safely reach the other side and, safe ground.
When I hit the ground, I just my arms are just still stuck up in the air. And I can't move them. And I go, guys, a little help.
And you turn, once you're on the ground, you turn and see the sphere as it was. A giant blue orb blending in with the cloudless blue sky. No hole in the ground, and the park is populated with as many people as there ever were.
Well, this is some
God
bullshit.
damn it.
Boy, this sure is wacky, huh?
Yeah, this seems wet and wild.
I offer the bottle of vodka to Coen.
I take a sip of the vodka. And I say, is this really made from your juices, Garbager?
Yeah, and I feel like there's now a little part of Garbager inside of all of you.
We're just drinking Garbager's jizz. Let's just all get comfortable with that
I never
fact.
said jizz.
It's implied.
It's far grosser.
Okay, guys, can I have... All right, squad huddle.
Yeah.
I huddle up, and I still have my super long ape arms, so they reach all around the huddle, and it's very funny and good.
Okay, have you noticed something weird about this? Okay, all of these weird things pop up and seem to only be directing us, and as soon as we get past whatever challenge is before us, the weirdness ends right there. It's almost like someone is testing us.
It's almost like they want to bring us closer together, like a team building exercise.
It's almost like we should just avoid the rides in general.
Yeah, but I'm saying this is definitely been orchestrated to target us specifically. For whatever ends, I'm not entirely certain, but this is going to sound weird, but I'm not certain that whatever is doing this wants to kill us.
Well, it came pretty close to killing Garbager that time.
Came close, but as soon
That's okay.
as we get past whatever trial is in front of us, it ends. We aren't pursued beyond that.
So
So it's as soon as we've proven our strength,
Right.
whatever is orchestrating all this just lets off.
I guess we have to go through and do the rest of the rides.
And the mystery unfolds even further.
Maybe it's just random chance.
I think we've had a lot of excitement for today, and we should probably go on something that's a little bit more slow-paced. And
Like a bed.
and maybe educational. Maybe we can learn something while having fun. So I recommend The World is Small.
Oh, God.
And
Stan, I swear to God, if this turns out like I think it is, I'm gonna fly to Tennessee and I'm going to strangle
If
you
there's a
personally.
repetitive song in this ride.
I start singing, "The world is small as it turns out. The world is small as it turns out."
I snatch the bottle back from Coen and just start chugging.
I'm marching towards the ride already. And dragging Belvedere and Ronaldo behind me.
Guys, I say we should stop doing what Garbager tells us to do.
We're already going.
Because he keeps taking us
That's
to
not a
danger.
good
I
idea.
say we should go straight to Pop Goes the World. Because that seems to be where all the action is at.
It is actually legitimately closed until tomorrow, guys.
Here's the thing,
Lice
Coen.
removal.
I'm honestly, I'm right there with you. I'm tired of this bullshit. But if this is a test or a series of trials of some kind, I kind of want to know who is behind it, and I think the best way to find that out is to go through with them.
And what?
As much as
It's
it
a railroad.
grieves me to
Let's
say
go.
it.
Garbager is our spirit animal.
Couldn't you make lice removal part of the ride?
You know, that's actually a very good point. And I think they do have goblins working on the lice removal team.
All right. I jump back on the railroad then.
I have a very dominant personality.
I feel like we're in one of those video games where you try to walk to a space, but it's like you're not allowed to go there, so you just keep walking
out of the
in
bounds
space.
of the map. It's like when you go to the edge of the city in Tony Hawk Underground.
Yeah, you just keep walking.
Like at the beginning of Ocarina of Time, where there's that guy who shimmies to the left and shimmies to the right whenever you try and walk past him.
I hate that asshole so much.
And you try to
Like
roll
his
past
one
him.
job, his job is just to be an asshole.
All right. You guys head on over to the World is Small ride. And it's just, it's just an old building. It's one of the oldest rides here. And you kind of already know it's a boat ride. And you enter there. You get to hop right in the beginning, right in the front. Ronaldo, Belvedere, and Garbager rush into one little boat together.
The world is small, as it turns out. We're all singing.
No, we're not. We are most definitely not.
No, me, Ronaldo, and
That's close enough
Belvedere
that we're
all
going to
singing.
get sued at the...
This then leaves the three of you to ride on your own.
I'm trying to play it off like I'm not really into this, but I am.
I climb in, and I just shout to the air like, "Whatever asshole's behind this better be good."
I'm going to drink some of the water.
After you yell that, Jelly, the guy the person who's handling the ride is a little teenage dude, and he goes, "Hey, that's not nice."
Wait, Stan, I take umbrage with this. No teenager working a carnival ride would give two shits about this.
This guy would. He takes his job seriously. Anyway, Ronaldo, Belvedere, and Garbager are then sent off toward...
I was an usher, okay? I didn't give a shit.
every now and then you get like one of those young con types, like who genuinely take their job seriously and want to become a manager. The types who wore
A young
suits
Ted
at school.
Cruz.
Yeah, you know the type.
So Ronaldo, Belvedere, and Garbager are sent off toward and then past a narrow tunnel and disappear into the darkness beyond.
World is small,
Your boat is held in place for another 30 seconds, and then you're sent off in the gentle current. You enter through the narrow tunnel, and after a few seconds of darkness, you see dozens of magically animated marionettes dancing and singing to that tune that Garbager was singing. And each group represents a kind of a different section and culture of Faerun. Jelly, you even see some of them as representing your tribe of tieflings.
Of peanut butter
I-
obsessed weirdos.
Yeah, they're
I see-
obsessed with peanut butter. They're obsessed with butter in general, and they're all handling holographic trading cards.
As
see-
I see this, Jelly looks really longingly at the little tiefling tribe and gets a little misty.
But I bet you it's done in a really culturally offensive
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, like my
Consider
tears dry instantly after the racism sets in.
Although it's hard to stereotype your culture because it really only has two characteristics. Peanut butter.
Well,
That-
that kind of makes it
Trading
Skumk,
cards.
that
very
is
easy to
Skumk. That in
stereotype.
itself is a racist statement.
You do note that there are no goblins being represented at all. Because remember, people still think that the goblins are all evil.
This is awkward.
You do see other humans and humans from where you came from, Coen, including a blacksmith that looks remarkably like your own blacksmith trainer. You see a marionette representing someone who looks a lot like him.
It's like they knew us.
And
I whisper to Coen. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Coen.
Is there any scenes of humans killing goblins?
no, there's no scenes of humans killing goblins.
Okay, thank God.
I look over at Garbager and I'm like,
Garbage not with you.
No, you can't see Garbager from where you are.
Oh, he's
You
not
can hear
here?
me singing
No,
at
it's
the
just
head, I'm
it's
sure.
just the three of you alone in a boat.
Okay.
And
I'm casting thunder throughout all this to drown out the noise of this
The
song.
world is small, as it turns out. The world is small, as it turns out.
Kong, kong, kong.
as you move
As
further
it turns
in,
out, the world
the song
is small.
seems to get a little slower. The children's voices pitched a little lower, and the lights slowly dim. Eventually, the song slows to a crawl, and you see there's just enough light to see the marionettes stop moving.
Small as it turns out.
And the stages that they're on draw back away from you, along with the rail your boat is on, until you appear to be floating along in an endless ocean shrouded in darkness. You see that around you, the water begins to glow a sickly pale green.
I bet this
Suddenly-
is the part with the goblins.
Skunk's been waiting all this time to see his people.
Suddenly, two large tentacles thrust out of the water and wrap around the front and back of your little boat and grow tense as they attempt to tear your boat in two. You begin to hear splintering in the wood, and in front of you, the water forms a mound and then rushes back in as it reveals the head of a giant octopus with the carved face of a dancing marionette. And it begins to sing.
Skumk! It's your family.
I was right.
Hi, this is Stan Ferguson.
Hey, this is Jody Lull Singh Sarana.
Hello, you loquacious literary lycanthropes. It's Hayden.
Hi, it's
And-
me, Ivan. Hi, it's me, Ivan.
Yeah, typical garbager stepping all over Ivan. Stepping all over Skunk.
Classic.
Classic
I'm
garbager.
Michael M. Raider. The M stands for mendacity.
Not mercurial.
Machiavellian.
It stands for Michael. So, we just want to thank you very much for listening to the show, and of course, beg you to leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher. And I'm actually working on getting us on Google Play because I realize that's a thing. So when we're eventually there, we'd love to have reviews there as well.
In the future. Woo!
Yeah. We want to thank Kev Bones and Go Cry Wolf for their
Thanks, Kev
lovely
Bones.
5-star reviews on iTunes. Thanks, guys!
Thank you so much. Hey, Kev Bones has
Thanks.
to be an Australian.
Thank you, Thomas Wolfe.
It feels like an Australian name.
It's funny that it's on the
Yeah,
US.
now that you say that, Kev Bones definitely sounds Australian.
Guys, it's clearly Ken Bone under an alias.
It's Ken Bone.
Thank you,
shit.
thank
Ken
you,
Bone
Ken
loves
Bone
us.
and Thomas Wolfe.
Yeah. Okay, he can't decide whether or not to listen to our podcast or someone else.
Was that a Ken Bone burn?
That was a Ken Bone joke.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright.
Wow.
And he
That's
likes to
so-
look
Topi-
at
topical.
buttholes.
You've really got your
let's
beautiful,
let's not kink shame.
beautiful human submarines. Is that?
I don't want to know what this is.
Our fingers on the pulse of.
Has Thomas the Tank Engine ever entered in submarines to its canon? That's the closest thing to what you're talking about, like that.
Yeah.
Let's
I
say
think, though,
yes.
before we continue here, we need to talk about Kevin. And we need to talk about Michael's podcast with Ryan Lynch. Ryan Lynch. See, I said Ryan Lynch this
Wow.
time.
Yes.
Stan remembered a name.
Where they are currently discussing We Bought a Zoo this year. It's called We'll Get It Right Next Year. Is that right, Michael?
Yeah, we're just two STEM majors talking about talking about a movie neither of us have ever watched for a year.
A STEM major is actually a flower. Your beautiful flowers.
Yeah, we're botanists.
Your beautiful stamen, your pollen sacs.
We've got pistils, we've got stamens, we've got all.
So
yeah,
you guys, as STEM majors, you're using the scientific method to determine what this movie is about, right?
Yeah, what's happening in the movie. We bought a zoo. We're doing everything but watching it. And we just watched the movie Zookeeper to see what we could apply from that. The Kevin James masterpiece Zookeeper, to see what we could apply from that to the movie We Bought a Zoo. And we actually recorded, we watched it, we recorded ourselves watching it, and we now have a commentary for the movie Zookeeper that you can find that commentary on CD Baby at store.cdbaby.com/CD/we'll get it right next year, or just search for Zookeeper commentary on CD Baby.
And that's you and Ryan Lynch goofing on Zookeeper with Kevin James.
Yes.
Was it a good movie?
Kevin James was there too.
Was it as good a movie as I imagined it to be?
It was exceptionally bad. And
But that gorilla.
yeah.
Was it good, bad, or bad? Or a movie you
Oh, it
kind
was
of
bad,
liked?
bad. Yeah, the gorilla goes to TGI Fridays and dances with a waitress and is
That's
abused
my-
by Donnie
That sounds like a
Wahlberg.
really good movie.
That's stealing Skump's classic bit,
Yeah.
being a gorilla, and that's funny.
Right. You have a lawsuit.
Is it in the same universe as Any Which Way But Loose?
No, but we're hoping it's in the same universe as We Bought a
Is it
Zoo.
Is it in the same universe as They See Me Rolling?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is it in the same
absolutely is.
universe as 140 Days of Sodom?
Yeah. It felt a lot.
Okay. Jody, I understand you had something Australian you wanted
I
to
did. I
discuss.
want to specifically talk
Is it
to
Nando's?
our 3 Australian listeners. Nando's isn't Australian, is it? I know
I don't
we
know.
have lots of
It's the
of
most
Nando's
Australian
over here.
thing I
What
could
is?
think
I
of.
don't know what Nando's is.
Nando's is Portuguese.
Nando's
It's Portuguese
Calrissian.
chicken. It's a chain
okay.
store. There's thousands of them.
It originated in South Africa. Sorry.
Well, South
Anyway,
African
I've
chicken.
only ever
then, sorry.
I've only
Yeah.
ever heard Australians talk about Nando's. Anyway,
Wow. I thought you
It's
guys.
easy
I
to
thought you guys
confuse
had
South Africa
Nando's.
with Australia.
Anyway,
I
have never heard of Nando's.
we have thousands of them. They're here. It's not very exciting.
They sound like a Star Wars animal.
Anyway, I want to talk to the 3 or 4 maybe Australian listeners we have. This is actually getting serious now. We all received in the
right.
mail a ballot to vote for whether everybody can marry whoever the hell they want. Marriage equality, it's called. And yes, I just want to encourage any Australian out there who got that ballot to go and put yes on that damn ballot and put it in the post, because everybody should have the same right.
What does it do by?
It's due in November, so you got a bit of time, but as soon as you get the ballot,
Okay.
put it in there, because we need marriage equality in this country, because it sucks that we're behind all the other countries, even America.
Yeah, you're behind America. That's bad.
Even
Yeah.
America.
When
I will
you're
say, if
behind
I-
yeah, we're
America,
behind America,
you know,
and yeah, that's terrible.
I will say, if you vote no, definitely. But if you even choose not to vote, I will personally fly to Australia and slap
Yeah.
you in the face with my queer hands.
We will throw you down the humanoid hole, and you will never come back.
Yeah.
Yes, my limp wrists will be all up in your face.
That's right.
Pummeling you.
All right. So aside from that, find us on Twitter at TSMRcast. Find us at Tumblr at TSMRcast as well.
Sign up to our Facebook group and our Facebook
Sign up
page.
to our Facebook group.
They see me
Yeah,
rolling.
like our Facebook page.
We love you. Goodbye.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Fly on, you beautiful nightbirds, and thank you for all that spaghetti.
The world is small as it turns out.
No.
The world is small as it turns out.
the world is
God
small.
damn it, there's not enough
As it
whiskey in this
turns out,
house.
it's a small world. As it turns out, the world is small.
I am reaching for the bottle of Johnny Walker on my desk.
This podcast was edited by me, Jody Doyle. Our music was by Ron Lubavitch. Thank you, Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
Guys, just as an aside, something that I've discovered is something that makes me quite sad is that at level 8 you get to turn into an elemental as your wild shape. But and I found the perfect elemental for planning ahead, but it's CR3, so it will be a long time before I can use that.
Is it slime?
It's the flail snail.
I knew it.
A fail
It's
snail?
a snail with 5 flails for heads.
It's like, imagine a snail, but it has like 3 or 4 morning stars instead of eye stalks.
Oh, one of the goddesses of fate was called Lachesis. The foresight of Lachesis.
All right, so you guys are going to the Flibberty Gibbet?
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
The kindness of Lakshmi.
The seductive
so now you're
powers
mixing in
of Eros.
Hindu.
Oh, Shazam mixed
Hindu
all
pantheons
sorts
are
of gods
crazy
around.
balls.
Anyway.
Yeah, it does make sense, because Solomon was not a Greek god. It wasn't even a god. It was just some dude. It was a king.
Right.
He was just some guy.
Yeah, some guy who was
guy
wise because
with
he
a
offered
lot
to
of
cut a baby in
wives.
half. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great plan. That is
Flawless.
something we would try, though. You
I love that that's the
actu-
greatest example of his wisdom. I don't know, chop a baby
what
in half.
What else did Solomon do, though? I will build this temple.
Solomon
requires a
Well,
lot
there's a
of
Song of
foresight.
Solomon where he talks about how much he wants to fuck a woman.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
she has breasts like lilies of the valley,
Yeah.
dude.
Did he like turn things
Is
to
this-
gold with his fingers or something? Was that him?
That was Midas.
No,
King
that's
Midas.
Midas.
That's
Midas. Oops.
Don't bring that heretical bullshit in here.
All right.
Burn him at the
So
stake.
you go to
goddammit.
the Flight of the Flibberty Gibbet. You guys were very close. If it wasn't for that critical miss on both the parts of
That
Garbinger
was
and
great, though.
Coen.
That was just a series of unfortunate events, which I love when that
It was
happens.
very lemony snicket.
I was about to say,
Um,
pulled a lemony snicket.